back, Mr. Kelly.
I thank the gentleman. Right now, I'd like to recognize a good friend and colleague from Colorado, Mr. Lamborn.
I want to thank the gentleman from Pennsylvania for his leadership on this and many other issues, and I thank you for putting this time together. When anyone says it's a do-nothing Congress, they are only half right. It's actually a do-nothing Senate. In this Congress, the House has passed and sent over to the Senate 311 total bills. And we've talked about the 220 jobs-related bills, 311 total bills. In stark contrast, the Senate has sent to the House only 67 bills. The Senate produces just about 1/3 of what the House does. 1/3 of the work, Mr. Speaker. I'm not saying that passing bills in and of itself is an unalloyed good. The Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, is a primary example of that. But it's one way to measure how hard you're working. From the House Natural Resources Committee I sit on, we have passed 6 bills opening up American energy that would create over 1 million new jobs, lower gasoline and electricity prices, reduce our dependence on foreign oil, and help lower our national debt by generating over $1 billion in new revenue. These bills are now stalled in the Senate. The U.S. Senate has turned into a productivity graveyard. President Obama has signed only 24 Senate bills into law during this Congress. In contrast, 91 bills from the House have been signed by the President into law. These are total bills of all different subjects. Senate Democrats' sole concern seems to be with protecting themselves from taking votes, recorded votes, that might anger their liberal donors or their voters. They do this by closing off debate, eliminating amendments, and writing their bills in secret, shutting out Republican voices and input. This broken and dysfunctional Democrat Senate has produced many disasters for the American people, and not just Obamacare. They also passed the $1 trillion so-called Stimulus Act, refused for 4 years to pass a budget, and allowed the President to balloon the national debt in 5 short years from $10 to $17 trillion. Don't let the President or Harry Reid fool you with false narratives that those rascally Republicans are holding up the nation's business. This is just another gimmick to shift the blame away from where it really lies. Our country deserves better. Bills that would grow our economy and put millions of our friends and neighbors back to work should never die in the depths of the Democrat Senate. It is critical for every single American to let Senate Democrats know that they're sick and tired of the do-nothing Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back to the gentleman from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr.